me Z&T because I'm the best in the game. I got the fame, the style that isn't lame.
Hey, is there a cassette tape anywhere?
I sure do. This cassette is the best, I can attest. Best cassette in the east to the west. Yeah, I ain't a rapper. This cassette's dapper. I'm no capper.
Okay, do you mind if I take that off your hands?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, thank you.
No problem, bro.
And this is this week's Closet Classics.
Welcome to Fireworks, a show that takes you inside the fire station and shows you what your firefighters do. Sponsored by Firefighters Local 2313. Today, we're going to show you how, on a yearly basis, we have to check our hoses, test our hoses, and make sure that they'll hold up to the pressure, that they're maintained. We're going to go through that process with you. It's part of what we do on an annual basis. Every fire engine gets every piece of hose tested so that when we are at a fire, we know that we can count on the equipment. So we're going to take it through that process. We hope you enjoy it.
Okay, let me get a shot.
Today, he's got about 27 years, 28 years in the fire department, 28 years. And Mike is going to tell us a little bit about what his responsibilities as a shift captain.
Okay, again, my name is Mike Nolan. And my job as a shift commander is responsible for shift 4. And that entails being incident commander, taking care of station duties in my shift. Also, I'm in charge of apparatus as well as station maintenance. And in the absence of the chief, usually if he's not around, I'm in charge until he gets there. And basically that's it. And I'm assisted by 2 lieutenants, one being Lieutenant Callahan and George Cream on my shift. George is down the substation, and we work together and try to handle whatever needs to be done when it needs to be done. And
Today, what we're doing here is we're testing hose. We do that on an annual basis.
yes.
And what is it that we're trying to accomplish by testing the hose?
Okay, we have different size hoses. We have a large diameter hose, 4-inch hose, and a 2.5, an 1 3/4 inch, and inch and a half. And the idea is to test these hoses to make sure that they're ready for when we need them at fire service. And annually we do this time of the year, usually May or June. We test them and at various different testing pressures. And this way we know we have good service hose when we need it.
And if we find a hose with a flaw, we take it out of service, replace it with a piece that we know has been tested and will work fine for us.
That's correct. Yes.
What we try not to do, we're trying to keep it so that we don't have a situation where we've got to shut down our water supply in the actual course of the incident.
That's correct.
So we take care of it now, and then hopefully we don't have to worry about it when it's actually in use in an incident.
Yes, that's correct. And hopefully when we do need it, it's dependable hose. And like Lee just stated that it won't hurt our operation at all or put anybody in danger, meaning the firefighters or the civilians we try to help.
While we're doing this today, we have one truck tied up. We've stripped all the hose off of it. We've got one truck tied up while we're testing the hose. But the other trucks are all here. All the guys on duty are here, so we're able to respond to anything while we're here. We're in service.
That's correct. We have two pieces here that are in service, ready to go, two engines. We have our tower, we have our rescue, so we can handle anything from here. If we have to leave for any reason, we probably leave one guy with the piece that we're testing, and we still can handle any calls in service.
Thank you, Captain Nolan.
Thank you.
What you see here behind me is engine 4, and engine 4 is the truck that we're testing all the hose on today. The smaller diameter hose is what we call the inch and 3/4. That's our attack hose. That's where we usually enter the building with these lines to try to extinguish a fire. The larger diameter hose, which you see up to my left, your right, the yellow and the orange hose, that's our supply line. That would be 4-inch hose and 2.5-inch hose. Those are the lines we generally would hook up to the hydrant to supply the pump, and then it would go, the water would go through the pump and into these smaller attack lines. They're easier for us to handle and maneuver throughout a building. See Tommy Corbett there. Tommy's got one of our veterans. He's got almost 30 years on the job, and he's working and hooking up the lines and getting ready to pressurize the smaller lines. John's got about 14 years on the job. Both these guys are veterans, and they really, you don't have to babysit them. They have a pretty good idea what needs to be done at an incident. Up on the pump panel, we have Donnie McDonald. Donnie's another one that's a veteran firefighter. It's great having these guys working on my shift because I know that they know what needs to be done. You don't have to worry so much about what orders to give them because they have a pretty good handle on what needs to be done at any given incident. This is the truck that we're testing all the hose on today. The smaller hose here on my right is what we call our attack line. That would be inch and 3/4 hose. This is what we enter a building with to try to extinguish fires. It's more maneuverable than the larger line. See firefighter Tom Corbett there, he's close to a 30-year veteran. It's nice to have these older guys on the shift, veteran influence. They have an idea of what needs to be done in any given incident. It just makes it a lot easier and more efficient to handle a scene. Off to my left, your right, you'll see the larger diameter hose is the yellow and the orange. The yellow is the 4-inch line, and the orange is 2.5-inch line. Those are both used as water supply from the hydrant to the pump. And now you can hear the pump coming up. We're going to test this hose at 300 pounds of pressure for a given amount of time to make sure it doesn't burst when we use it at lower pressures. On the pump panel is Donnie McDonald. He's been over 10 years on the job. And some of the other guys, we'll introduce them as we get along. And injure somebody. So we have to stay away from the hose while we're testing it. Make sure nobody gets injured. I gotta go out to a car fire.
Using a smaller hose. This is the inch and a half hose we're testing. Now, the inch and a half and inch and 3/4. We're testing this at a 300 pounds pressure for its durability. Again, like what I said earlier, we're doing this so we can rely on it at a fire scene. And this is done annually. And we're running this for 5 minutes at 300 pounds pressure. picture what they're doing now? And
Sure.
explain? Tell me when.
I see.
Okay, right now what we're doing, we've just completed the pressure test of the hose.
Burlington Fire up to engine 1, best access route
And
will
what-
be gained for the AJ Road.
What we're doing now
Parking
is
lot.
draining the big
That
hose.
is
This is a
reported by the
4-inch
police
hose.
bus team.
These firefighters right now. And we need the drain, get all the water out, all the air out, so we can repack it on the truck. And what they're doing now is procedure right now is get all the air and water out so it'll be easy to repack it. Because we have 1,000 feet of hose, big 4-inch hose on it. If we don't get all the air out, we'd never fit it on the truck. This procedure is slow, but it's tedious, but anyway.
We have a car with the
And right now,
fully involved.
as soon as all this is done, the big hose, we will back our truck up and reload the truck.
The mud. I thought you were. This before.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but I didn't see it.
Again, that's what they're doing.
Captain Nolan was on duty as a fire chief this morning and got a call to go back to the firehouse. As you can see, this is a very slow process, which is done after every fire. In previous days, the hose could not be packed on the engine because the water in the remaining hose would make it stick together. But now the hose is made with a line of some type down the center and it can be packed tightly. I was never allowed to get near the yellow hose while the water was in it because of the pressure. I think they said 300 pound pressure. And it's so powerful, I would have been injured. That has not happened in the past, but these firefighters must make sure that it won't ever happen. So they go through this process of hydraulic hose testing as often as possible, at least once a year. As you can see, there's so many lines of hose that both the driveways of the Francis Wyman School have all kinds of hose everywhere. I couldn't even go up one of them. And it's a very hard job. As you can see in this video, firefighters are on duty at all times. And you saw when they got the fire alarm was sounded, that was only a minute or less before they took off because everything was ready. next firefighters firework program, I'm sure that Lieutenant Callahan will explain this part because they won't let me go too close with the camera because of the danger. And it looks very interesting. They are getting ready to turn the engine around to pack the hoses that are someplace else. I do know that the engine doesn't return to the schoolyard after the fire is out. It goes back to the fire station first to fill the tanks. Then it comes back here. Now they're going to do the very slow process of turning the engine around in this small driveway. as you can see, the engine that was out with Lieutenant Callahan for the fire returning. But he'll wait until we get this all in place. I will say that it takes a very, very special being to become a firefighter. Not just firefighter. See, the fire engines are all lined up, ready to go. And the emergency car, everything. And he's going to put that right back in place, ready to go.
Firefighters you saw working today were Jerry Hannafin, John Skinner, Len Sawyer, Dave Sullivan, Tom Corbett, Don McDonald, Lou Falzerano, Kevin Canty, Lieutenant George Creamer, Captain Mike Nolan, and I'm your host, Lieutenant Lee Callahan. Thank you for joining us for fireworks today. We hope to join us again next month. Fireworks is sponsored by Local 2313. Have a safe month.